Mark Pope, BYU basketball assistant coach, who has hopefully rested up well on Sunday and
He's
ready
got great
to go.
hair.
Yeah, that he does. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Spence, what's up, baby? What's up, Jerem?
Oh, we're just keeping it real.
Bald brethren, baby.
There we go. Let's go.
How is the mentality of the team as you approach semifinal Monday, Coach?
I think our guys are good. They're excited. We got a game under our belt in that gym. I think obviously all of these teams in this league, we know each other really well. We know it's going to be a physical kind of, fist fight game, and we're really excited about it.
Has Corbin Kaufusi graduated from thinking to reacting?
He's made some real strides, hasn't he? And that's been that you just nailed it exactly. That's exactly been his issue. Just as a young, inexperienced player with a ton of assignment responsibilities. We haven't seen his athleticism come through until the last few weeks, and just because he's been thinking so much on the floor, trying to keep pace with the game, and he's getting more comfortable, and we're just seeing the beginnings of what he can become. He could be a really special player.
We saw some edge from him on Saturday night. Him get into a couple of scrums and get on the floor.
The spirit of Bronson was alive.
It was refreshing to see that. With that in mind, where do you feel like Corbin has improved the most in terms of basketball technicalities?
Well, it is just the mental part of the game that's I think he's made the biggest strides in. I think he's way more comfortable in the post. I think he's way more comfortable with the ball in his hands, making simple decisions. But in terms of his assignments, offensively and defensively, and fulfilling those assignments at game speed in an actual game is where he's made huge strides. And you have to do that before your talent comes through, and so. That's what he's done.
Was Tyler Haws always going to be the player to take that shot at the end, or was there a thought to have someone else take it?
Well, listen, we have a lot of capable scorers on the team, and we have a lot of guys that can make game winners. But it was a good play for Ty. It's a set that he's really comfortable with. He's been in that situation many times, and it was his night.
Mark Pope with us on BYU Sports Nation, BYU basketball assistant coach, former national champion as well at the University of Kentucky. Coach, how does a win on Saturday in that fashion help your team moving forward?
Well, at this point, we evaluate games all year long. Of course, the most important thing is a W or an L, no doubt, right or left column. That's what you always think about. But you're also trying to evaluate how your team is progressing, what you need to change to help personnel grow kind of throughout the season. How do you get playing your best basketball at the end of the season? And all of those other factors are incredibly decreased, probably to zero at this point. This point is just a W or an L. So the way it really helped us is that we won and we get to move on. And that's what we're thinking about. That's where all of our guys' minds need to be, is focused on only one single agenda, is winning this game. And if we can win it, we put ourselves in a great position to have a shot at winning a tournament championship, which we haven't done. So this is a huge game for us. The best thing about Saturday was it was a tough, physical, competitive game in that gym. So our guys are going to walk into this gym. They're going to feel way more comfortable. They'll play there. They'll know what it feels like and smells like. They have a feel for how hard this tournament is, and we'll just be able to play.
What game matters more for your preparation against Portland, the one you played about a week and a half ago, or the St. Mary's game from Saturday against Portland?
They both matter. Everyone in our league has a very unique style, and so you have to prepare differently for it. So our head-to-head matchups are probably the most valuable tool for us. But these guys have played great since they played us. Two really big wins for them, and obviously a huge game against St. Mary's. Really a shocking outcome just in the differential. You rarely see in fact, I don't know when the last time, it must have been 10 years, 14 years since St. Mary's hasn't been in the semifinal game.
Yeah, 2002.
And rarely do you ever see them take a real beat down like they did. Portland's playing great basketball right now, and they're focused, and I think they've tricked up their rotation a little bit, and I think it's helping them, and it's going to be a great challenge for us.
7 straight wins for BYU basketball. I know Jerem talked to you a little while ago and said, is it as simple as just playing harder? And you said, well, yeah, you play harder, you play better defense, you get more rebounds, and that certainly helps out. How have you helped your team maintain that added level of intensity during this 7-game win streak?
Well, listen, we have really mature guys. We have guys that are pretty diligent by nature, and so they feed into this. This is one of their strengths, is kind of being able to just kind of stay focused. And then we have probably the best head coach in the country at managing the feel of his team. And so Coach is out in front of this a lot. And what I mean by that is, he's great at having a sense of where the team's mentality is. What do they need to hear today? Because it's dynamic and it's always changing. Sometimes, they need to be loved and inspired, and sometimes they need to be brought down, and sometimes they need to be challenged. And Coach is pretty terrific at reading these guys, and he's the key to this deal.
What's left to do with this team, Mark?
Left to do with our team in terms of
the rest of the season?
Well, listen, we hope it's going to be a long season. And this is a pivotal night. Of course, the next game will be the most pivotal. But for the last month, we've been playing on the game we're playing is in terms of our season a life or death game. We've been playing that way for a month, and right now it's all led up to this game tonight being the most crucial game that we'll face in terms of determining what our season is and what the future of our season is going to be. And this one has as everybody knows, it has huge implications on obviously staying alive in this tournament and then postseason play, and so it's a big deal. Our guys have earned the right to play in this game, and we're really excited about it and looking forward to it. Does
the team have the same hot fire sense of urgency that it did at the beginning of this streak?
It's different. It may not be born of quite as much desperation now, and it may be more fueled by just you can see it, you can almost taste it, right? We're almost there. And so I think it's probably fueled a little bit differently, but the urgency is just as high. I think our guys are more excited than they've ever been throughout this season, and that's a good place to be. It's where you want to be right now.
Coach, every time you see Jerem's shaved head, does it bring fond memories and happiness to your mind?
Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that he's finally turned the corner.
Did you know? Were you aware of my what I said and then the ultimate action leading up to that?
No, in fact, I've never heard the exact details. I don't know if the way you I'd be interested to hear, because I'm curious to know if the way you presented is, this is not going to happen. I'm so confident it's not going to happen that I'll actually shave my head if it does. Or if you said, I've been dying to shave my head, I'm looking for an excuse, I know this is going to happen.
Yeah, that was it. After the Pepperdine game, my knee-jerk reaction was, it's going to be really hard to win up there. And it was. And it was.
It was.
But I said, you know what? It'd be crazy if they won up there. And it was. Yep. In fact, I'll do something crazy. I'll shave my head. So during the game, I'm not worried at all. I didn't even worry till the next morning, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have to actually do this, because the magnitude of that win was so big. And I felt like it really validated the win streak.
Yep.
And what you could do. Now you come into Vegas, and I imagine that this has given you a tremendous confidence.
Well, it has. I think it did. I think it did all of the above, right? It put us in a spot where it legitimized the win streak. It legitimized kind of our standing within the conference and within the country, and then it gave us some confidence going to this thing in this tournament right now that we can win. But all that goes out the window at 8:30 tonight when the ball goes up, because the only thing on our minds is we have got to win this game, and if we win this game, then we get to take care of all the business later. But that's really our focus.
Mark Pope with us on BYU Sports Nation, men's basketball assistant coach. Played at Kentucky, won a national champion. Coach, having played in high-intensity, high-pressure situations yourself as a player, what kind of things do you tell to the guys as they approach games like tonight, where it almost feels like look, we have to win?
Yeah, it's the beautiful thing about this game is that when you have all this noise surrounding you. I mean, the great thing about athletics is that you are always fighting distraction, and there's good distraction, there's great distraction, there's fun distraction, there's also bad distraction and sad distraction and depressing distraction and worrying distraction. But every distraction is bad once you start the game. And the refs can distract you. A bad play can distract you. The fans can distract you. Your teammates can distract you. Distractions come from all different places. And so the key in this game, as in every game, is focusing on this play right now, and everything else is out the window. And our guys have done a great job developing that skill through the course of the season. I think we're confident in our guys. And it's something that they've really worked on and focused on. And if we can do that tonight, then none of the other stuff really has as much play as it could if you dwell on it. So it's a focus on this current play attitude, and that diminishes all the other feel.
Well, Mark, your haircut looks fantastic. I appreciate the #BaldBrethren pick that we took a couple days ago.
All right, guys. Listen, have a great day, okay?
Thanks
for the
Coach.
time.
Good luck tonight.
All right. Bye-bye.